Hello one and all, my name is Rio and welcome to another matchday preview. So tomorrow night, Chester SC play Altrincham away in the Emirates FA Cup second qualifying round replay. So nothing could separate the two sides on Saturday, so the tie will be decided tomorrow night. So if it is a draw after the 90, then it could go to extra time and maybe even penalties. So it's going to be an intense game, and we were very lucky to come away with a draw on Saturday, but hopefully it will be a different story tomorrow. So we already know our potential opponents for the third qualifying round because the draw was made at 1:30 today, so more on that in a moment's time. But yeah, it's going to be a tough match, but hopefully our luck will change. So I can't wait for the match. I will be going, so of course I will do a matchday vlog, so stay tuned for that. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment down your score predictions below. So without further ado, let's get into today's video now. Enjoy! Ahead of tomorrow's game, things are looking pretty bleak on the injury front because we have a plethora of players who won't be able to play. So we have the usual Kevin Roberts, Gary Stopforth and Matty Thompson who are already injured, but on Saturday we picked up a series of injuries because Joel Taylor, he suffered a bit of a tightness in his groin, so he probably won't play tomorrow, and also Scott Burton damaged his eye as well, so again that's quite serious, so I doubt he will be playing tomorrow. And also, as you all may know, in the second half of the game there was a huge 10-minute delay because Russ Griffiths had a bit of a blood injury, so again he had to go off for 10 minutes. I think he will play tomorrow because again we did have a reserve goalkeeper because Theo Roberts, he played for Atherton Collieries in the previous round, so he's basically cup tied, so he won't be able to play the game. So again it will just be Russ Griffiths in goal for us tomorrow night. So hopefully he'll be okay, otherwise God knows who will go in goal. Might have to be George Waring or Simon Grant, but yeah, hopefully Russ will be okay. So as you all may know, our last match was on Saturday where we drew 1-0 against Altrincham in the original game, so I thought it was a lucky escape for us. It could have been about 3 or 4-1 to Altrincham because they dominated the game and they had most of the possession, but thankfully nothing really happened serious. So yeah, I thought it was our worst performance of the season because up until then we've been outstanding, but I just thought it was a bit of an off day for us. Hopefully things will be a lot better for us tomorrow. So we got off to a fantastic start in the first half because after just 2 minutes Matthew Hughes made it 1-0 to us. It was a nice team move, so it's a great start for us, but after that Altrincham they had a lot of possession and we sat back a lot, so we invited a lot of pressure. But one good thing about that was we sat back a lot and our shape was actually quite good because Altrincham barely had any chances. They had loads of the ball but didn't really have many chances on goals, so I thought it was a decent defensive performance. But yeah, you know, Russ Griffiths, he was called into action on a few occasions because he had to tip the ball over for a few corners because Altrincham, they must have had about 4 corners in a row, and again just before half time Jordan Hume had a chance for the visitors, but thankfully it went wide. But other than that, it was a decent first half for us. It wasn't a great performance, but still it was 1-0 to us at half time, so not many complaints. But the second half was a bit strange because there were 2 delays, because obviously the first one was to Russ Griffiths because he went down for about 10 minutes due to a blood problem, so he had to go off and get bandaged up and all that sort of stuff, and he had to change his shirt because his shirt was covered in blood. So there was a huge delay, and just a few moments later after he came on, John Johnson went down for Altrincham, so again enough of delay. But yeah, you know, I'd say for the last 15 minutes things went a bit better for us because we had a few chances, we had a few spells, but you know, sadly it just didn't go in for us. But yeah, Altrincham's equaliser goal did go in on the 75th minute mark, and I must admit it was inevitable because Altrincham has most of the ball, and it was a bit of a disappointing goal to concede because Josh Hancock scored a free header at the back post to make it 1-0, so it was a bit of a poor goal to concede, but again it was coming, I must admit. And we did have 2 huge chances just before full time because Brad Jackson, a shot by him killed wide, and again another chance by Matty Waters went across the face of goal, so we could have won the game. But I thought a draw, you know, we were very fortunate to get the draw. So yeah, all to play for tomorrow night, so hopefully we can put in a better performance and hopefully we can beat Altrincham. I have got one piece of Chester SC Blues news. So at 1:30 today, the third qualifying round draw for the Emirates FA Cup was made on Talk Sport. So although we did draw on Saturday, we are still in a hat for the third qualifying round. So on Saturday the 5th of October at 3 o'clock, either us or Altrincham will play Hailsome in town away. So if we, providing we do win tomorrow, of course, I think it is a decent draw for us because Hailsome play 2 leagues below us. So I think it's a good draw for us. And I have looked at the stadium and it looks really nice for the level Hailsome play, and so it won't be too far away. It's in Birmingham, so it's only a 2-hour drive away, but I think it's quite a nice draw. And yeah, may the best team win tomorrow, but if we do beat Altrincham, then I think it's a decent draw for us, and hopefully we can beat Hailsome, so hopefully beat Altrincham tomorrow, then set us up nicely for the Hailsome match next Saturday. So just for confirmation, either us or Altrincham will play Hailsome town away in the Emirates FA Cup third qualifying round next Saturday at 3 o'clock, so hopefully we can win both matches. It will take about 45 minutes to get to Altrincham from here, so it's not too far a journey, and I have been there before. It was back in March of this year where we lost 4-0, so that was a awful away day, so hopefully things will be a bit more straightforward tomorrow night. So Altrincham play at Moss Lane, which is also known as the J. Davidson Stadium for sponsorship purposes, so it holds 6,085, so in my opinion, I think it's quite a decent stadium for this league. I think it's one of the better ones, and it is nice and old-fashioned as well, so it's quite a decent stadium, although the away end isn't too great, and it is expected to pour down tomorrow night, so hopefully the forecast will be wrong. So on one side is the main stand, which actually has 3 parts to it. So the first part is a covered all-seater stand which goes towards the Hale end. The second part is another covered all-seater stand which straddles the halfway line, but this time has a few supporting pillars which may affect your view. And the third part is a open terrace which goes towards the Golf Road end. Opposite that is the popular terrace, which is a covered terrace, but it does have a few supporting pillars which may affect your view. And towards the middle of the stand, the roof actually goes upwards because it does cater for a TV gantry, so it's a bit of an odd roof, but again, it's quite a nice stand. Behind one goal is the Golf Road end, which is another covered terrace, and again it has a few supporting pillars which may bother your view, but the corners of the roof actually join up to the popular terrace, so it's basically 2 stands in one, so again it's quite a nice feature. And finally, behind the other goal is the Hale end, which is a uncovered terrace. So I don't think tomorrow's match will be segregated, but it probably will be because we might take a few, might take a decent following. So if it is segregated, then we will be allocated the Hale end, a small section of the main stand, and maybe a small section of the popular terrace as well. So I don't think we'll take loads of supporters tomorrow night because it is obviously short notice, and I would say take probably in the region of 200. So it won't take loads, won't take as many as we did back in March. We took about 500 then, but yeah, I think it still should be a decent away night under the lights. So looking forward to it now. Hopefully we can get a big win at Altrincham because they are a bit of a bogey team, so hopefully we can beat them away for the first time since 2016. Altrincham have enjoyed an inconsistent start to the season, although on Saturday they did look like a playoff chasing side because they played some really good football, but yeah, their home record has been quite good so far this season, so that is something we must be wary about. So yeah, away from home they have been quite poor, but at home especially they have been a lot better because a few weeks ago they actually beat Leamington at home 5-0, and as we play Leamington at home on Saturdays, hopefully we can record a similar result. So there will be at least one former Chester SC player up against us tomorrow because Tony Thompson, the goalkeeper who did play on Saturday, will definitely be playing because the other goalkeeper, Stephen Drench, he is currently injured, so once again Tony Thompson will be up against us, and he was here in 2016. He had a brief spell here a few years ago, so he was quite decent for us. He made some solid performances against Eastleigh and also Guiseley away, so he was quite a decent goalie for us, and he put in a solid performance on Saturday because he made a decent save to deny Kwasi Asante, so he will be up against us tomorrow. And also striker Tom Pearce, he graduated from our youth academy back in 2013, so he could be up against us tomorrow. He didn't play on Saturday, but who knows whether he will play tomorrow night. So they have got some decent players there, and I do expect a tough game. Here is our head-to-head record against Altrincham, which doesn't make for great reading. So our first match against them was back on August the 27th, 2012, and that was a 4-2 away win, so that was a very good game, a very entertaining game. So here are all 6 goals from the match. Sit back and enjoy. Meanwhile, on April the 1st, 2013, we did the double over Altrincham that season as we beat them at home 2-0. So again, another comprehensive win for us, but sadly I can't find any of the goals from the game, so I do apologise for that. On December the 26th, 2014, we lost 2-0 at home against Altrincham, so that was a miserable afternoon for us on Boxing Day. But yeah, once again, I do send my apologies because I can't find any of the footage, so I do apologise for that again. On January the 1st, 2015, we lost 4-1 away at Altrincham on New Year's Day, so it was another miserable afternoon for us, and it was a dreadful start to the new year. So here are all the goals from that game. Embrace yourselves.
Position, good ball forward for Reeves to chase on. He's in behind the defence, but Worslip's going to get out. Beats him to the ball, but Clee has a chance now. Great save, he's going to go in the goal! An excellent goal there by Nicky Clee. Worslip only partly cleared. It was picked up by Nicky Clee, about 10 yards inside the Chester half, and the goalkeeper was nowhere to be seen. Clee took his opportunity and scored a great goal. As soon as he hit it, it looked as though it was going to sail into the net. Nicky Clee gives Altrincham the lead in the 11th minute. An absolutely great start there for Altrincham. So Altrincham 1, Chester 0 with 11 minutes gone, and Nicky Clee opening the skyline. Great ball into Reeves. Can Reeves make it 2? He can! Second goal there from Damien Reeves. The 17th minute. It was a great break there by Altrincham. They won the ball in their own half. 4 players broke over the halfway line. Richmond bringing the ball forward. Slipped it in behind the back 4 for Reeves to get onto, and he calmly slotted the ball past John Worslip to make it Altrincham 2, Chester 0 with just 17 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, penalty area. Here comes Rooney. Looks like it is going to be Rooney. It's a good effort. Oh, it's a great goal. It's a really good goal by John Rooney there, and he's done Stuart Coburn in the air there. Fine free kick, and Coburn never really looked like he was going to get across to that. He moved in the air. It's a great free kick, and Chester right back in this at 2-1 in the 28th minute. So Altringham's lead has been cut in half.
Nicky Clee prepares to take it short to Crowther, back to Densmore, to Clee I should say. Now that's a goal, great goal there! Put away by Damien Reeves. The ball was a short corner by Clee to Crowther. They got the ball back, it was a low shot, didn't look to be going anywhere. It took a deflection I think off a Chester defender, fell to Damien Reeves just on the 6-yard box, and he rifled the ball home to give Altrincham a deserved 3-1 lead, and more just what Altrincham deserved, John. Behind the defence there, cuts the cross back into Densmore. Densmore back to Clee. Can Clee finish it off? He can! A great goal there by Nicky Clee to make it 4 on the day. 2 for Clee and 2 for Reeves. A great build-up there from the free kick, and Nicky Clee goes over to celebrate on the far side, but it was a quickly taken free kick. Densmore got round the outside, got to the bar line, pulled the ball back for Nicky Clee, who was about 12 yards out, and he was able to pick his spot past.
On October the 24th, 2015, we lost 1-0 away at Altrincham in the Emirates FA Cup 4th qualifying round. So again, another bad away day performance for us. So hopefully tomorrow night will be a different story away from home, and hopefully we can win 1-0. But yeah, that was a 1-0 defeat back in 2015. So here is the goal from the game.
All lining up ready. It's Sinnott to take it. Can he whip it in? Oh, that's a fantastic shoot! And a rebound! Damien Reeves has scored the rebound for Altrincham. Jordan Sinnott with a fantastic free kick. Whipped in. It's a quality save by Worsnop, but he can only push it into the 6-yard box. And the Altrincham fans below us go wild. What a fantastic free kick by Sinnott. A great save by Worsnop, and then an easy tap in for Damien Reeves to get his name on the score sheet there, John.
On January the 2nd, 2016, we drew 1-1 at home against Altrincham, so a bit of an improvement that time. So here are both of the goals from the match.
And it was Chester who broke the deadlock after 20 minutes. Hannah was in no hurry as he calmly dispatched the opener. 13 for Hannah this season. He scored 10 of Chester's last 12 goals. Where would they be without him? Crucial as the away side drew level on the hour mark. Jordan Sinnott's hopeful cross wasn't dealt with by Chester's John Worsnop. Rankin powering home his 6th goal of the season, his first since October.
Just a month later, we beat Altrincham away 3-0 on February the 16th, 2016. So again, much better by us. It was an away day performance, that was, and hopefully we can emulate that one tomorrow night away from home. So what a game that was to hear. All 3 goals from the game right now. Enjoy.
To Lloyd. Lloyd's going to get a cross in, comes across, sails across everybody for defence. A goal for Chester, goal for Chester. It's come from number 4, Danny O'Brien. Cross came over from the Lloyd, sailed left-footed. Number 4, O'Brien had acres and acres of space, and he took his opportunity inside the 18-yard box, left-footed. Tim Deasy no chance. If anything, it sent Tim Deasy completely the wrong way. The pressing has come, and Chester, through all the endeavour, have finally got the just rewards, and the Altrincham defence have failed to clear the line. Stoppage time. Corner kick's been taken. Altrincham still to clear. The ball's gone in. The ball has gone in. Chester are 2 goals to the good. Corner kick came over from Rooney. It's hailed up in the 6-yard box. Altrincham defence couldn't get it there. There was a melee of yellow players, or yellow shirted players. We think it's Astles who's the goal scorer. He's somehow bundled it over the line. Chester have made it 2 goals to the nil, but 2 goals to the good. But Altrincham defence, as this may very well be the last kick of the corner kick for Chester. O'Brien takes into the 18-yard box. Still Altrincham to clear. Off the line! Is it in the net? It's in the net. Goal scorer Hannah. I think it was twice on the... may have been O'Keefe got a block in. Corner kick from O'Brien. Sailed up like perhaps in the second goal Chester scored. Altrincham defence stood there like robots, statues, whatever. Nobody wanted to clear it, and there was Hannah, persistence or not. Altrincham got a couple of blocks, and you can't blame Tim Deasy. and in the end, third time strikes lucky. Hannah got came back out to him, and on the third stroke, he made it 4-0, making amends for his penalty miss. But once again, I can't comment on the defending, Stuart.
On July the 16th, 2016, we drew 2-2 away at Altrincham in a pre-season friendly. So at the time, we were one league above Altrincham, so not a great result for us. But here were all 4 goals from the game, which will be coming up right now. And the 4th goal, especially our equalising goal to make it 2-2, was fantastic. It was a fantastic team move, and James Allaby scored a sublime finish to make it 2-2. So here were all 4 goals from the game. Enjoy. On July the 18th, 2017, we lost 3-2 away to Altrincham in another pre-season fixture. So again, another disappointing result for us that night, because we were actually one league above Altrincham once again. So yeah, not a great result for us, but here are all the goals from the game, which will be coming up right now.
We've had reps in a lot of games, haven't we? That big
On November the 14th, 2017, we drew 2-2 away to Altrincham, once again in the Cheshire Senior Cup preliminary round. However, it went to penalties, and sadly, Altrincham won 7-6, so again, another bad night for us. But I have looked everywhere and I can't find any of the goals from the game, so I do apologise for the inconvenience. On November the 10th, 2018, we lost 2-1 at home against Altrincham in our first match against them in just under a year, so a bit of a disappointing result for us that day. So here are all the goals from the game, including my footage, because I did record the match, so all the goals will be coming up right now.
The game. Gary Roberts will take this as he floats one into the middle towards Simon Gran! Get in there! Diving header from Simon Gran, and it's level of the Swansway Chester Stadium. Wonderful delivery from Roberts. And coasting in was Grand, and he goes straight to Anthony Johnson to celebrate. And it's level in the derby. Chester 1, Altrincham 1.
On March the 2nd, 2019, we lost 4-0 away at Altrincham in what was a disgraceful second half performance because ever since Scott Burton's red card, we conceded 4 goals in 45 minutes. So it was a disastrous day, but hopefully things will be a lot better tomorrow night. So here are all the goals from the game.
Hancock inside the penalty area. Hancock gets a ball. Gets in there. He clearly was. Altrincham 1-up. Immediately capitalised with Chester at 6 and 7, reduced to 10 men. But wonderful work there with Hancock breaking forward left hand side, kept on his feet. Piggott loitering inside the well-worn goal 6-yard area, and as he did last week, 3 makes 4, Altrincham 1-up, John.
Yeah, talking about taking advantage of the sending off, that was brilliant. A fantastic surge into the area by Josh Hancock. That's what he can do. Really was brilliant. Turn of direction and acceleration that caused great.
It comes over Johnston again. Still with Johnston an opportunity. Trying to walk the ball in. Hancock! Straight from the yellow shirt players. Chester gave it back to Josh Hancock. Josh Hancock looks up, saw the gap, right footed, then in pace. Keeper Shenton, no chance. The Robins 2-0 to the good. Chester have created their own problems there. Gave Altrincham umpteen opportunities. Keep fighting. And the opportunity came. Hancock saw the situation, and it's made it 2 goals to the good. John.
So if you get a chance about 10 yards out, that's how to bury it. What an unerring drive that was by Josh Hancock. Could not possibly have made a better contact with it. Good perseverance by John Johnston on the right.
And let's hope that there are more goals this afternoon. Johnston cross comes in. Hume doesn't quite get a flick in. There's a chance there for Malt. It's Hancock who's made it 3. Came off the shins of the keeper. Malt was on mark. Johnston's corner kick. Malt's bullet-like header skimmed along the surface. That was keeper Shenton thought it was going to bounce into him. It didn't. Came off his shins. And there was Hancock to make it 2-0. Altrincham running away with it, nearly 24 minutes on the clock. I'm going to hand over to John Edwards to make his comments before I ask him to give the mic to Paul Salt. John.
Yeah, thanks Ian. Very much Josh Hancock's day, isn't it? Made the first goal, now scored the second and third.
Gets to the byline, got a good cross in, comes back to Richmond. Richmond gets a cross in, and it's turned in there by John Johnson. And it's a 4th goal for Altrincham right on the 90 minutes. Fully deserved there for Joe Johnson. John Johnson. He's had a fantastic afternoon. He's torn the defence apart on both flanks. And the ball was played in, and he had the simplest of tacks of just directing the ball into the goal. And it's 4-0 to Altrincham, and a thoroughly deserved goal there for John Johnson.
Yeah, due reward for all his efforts, no doubt about that, Paul. He really has kept going. He's caused Chester all sorts of problems. He's just kept running at them.
The referee is just coming back to his position there.
On August the 6th, 2019, we drew 1-1 at home against Altrincham, and that was our first home match of the season. So a 91st minute equaliser from Gary Roberts salvaged the points for us in what was a great performance. So here are all the goals from the game, including an injury time scene, so enjoy. finally, on September the 21st, 2019, we drew 1-1 at home against Altrincham once again, and this time it was in the Emirates FA Cup second qualifying round. So this match was just a couple of days ago, so yeah, I thought it wasn't a great performance by us, but anyway, we got the draws. Hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow night. So here are all the goals from the game. Enjoy. Our last match was, of course, on Saturday, where we drew 1-1 at home against Altrincham in the Emirates FA Cup second qualifying round. So this is why tomorrow's match is going to take place, because nothing could separate the two sides. So I thought the first half wasn't great by us. We got off to a fantastic start as Matty Hughes finished off a nice team move to make it 1-0 after just 2 minutes. But after that we went downhill because we sat back and we invited a lot of pressure from Altrincham, and they were all over us. But thankfully they didn't get a goal before half time. But the second half I thought was quite a odd affair because there were a couple of lengthy delays, because first of all, our goalkeeper Rusk Rivers, he had to go off for about 10 minutes because he had a blood injury, so we had to get all strapped up and stuff like that. Then just a few moments later, John Johnson went off for Altrincham, so 2 huge delays, but Altrincham, they still continued to pound on the pressure, and eventually they got the inevitable equalising goal as Jake Hancock scored to make it 1-0, so another free header, and again a bit of a poor goal to concede. However, we did have a nice spell in the last 10 to 15 minutes because we did have 2 chances which should have won us the game, because first of all a shot by Brad Jackson went just wide off the post, then a few moments later, just before the end the match ended, a shot by Matty Waters went across the face of the goal. So we had 2 huge chances towards the end, but I thought we were very lucky to get the draw, but hopefully it will be a completely different story tomorrow night. So here are both of the goals from the game, which will be coming up right now. Here is Altrincham's recent form, which is very inconsistent. So, back on Saturday the 31st of August, they beat Farsley Celtic home 3-1. The following Tuesday, Altrincham lost 2-1 away at Southport. However, on Saturday, the 7th of... Here is Altrincham's recent form, which is very inconsistent. So first of all, back on Saturday the 31st of August, they beat Farsley Celtic at home 3-1. The following Tuesday, Altrincham lost 2-1 away at Southport. However, the following Saturday, Altrincham got back to winning ways as they hammered Leamington at home 5-0. Then the following weekend, they got off to a disappointing defeat, which was a 2-0 loss away at Kidderminster Harriers. And finally, last but not least, on Saturday, Altrincham drew 1-0 at Chester FC in the FA Cup second qualifying round, so hopefully we can add another defeat to that list. Here is our latest form, which is quite good. So back on Saturday the 31st of August, we lost our first match of the season as we succumbed to a 2-1 away defeat at Spennymoor Town. However, just 48 hours later, we got back to winning ways as we beat Curzon Ashton 3-1 away the following Monday. Then the following weekend, we backed that win up with another 3-1 win, this time returning against Guiseley. Then 7 days later, we got yet another 3-1 win as we beat AFC Telford United 3-1 away. And finally, last Saturday, so just a couple of days ago, we drew 1-1 at home against Altrincham, so hopefully we can get back to winning ways tomorrow night. For my other two matchday previews against Altrincham so far this season, I picked Tony Thompson and Tom Pease as their key players. However, for tomorrow's game, I am going to choose somebody else for a change. So I'm going to pick Jordan Hume as Altringham's key players. So Jordan is a striker and he started off his career back in 2011 at Paddy Hulme. A year later, so in 2012, he signed for Ramsbottom United. Then back in 2015, he signed for Salford City. Finally, in 2017, Jordan signed for Altrincham, and for the past 2 years, he's played for Altrincham ever since. So he is a prolific striker for ALTY. He has scored a number of goals for them, so he's going to be a key threat for them tomorrow night. And also, he did quite well on Saturday. He had a couple of chances, but thankfully, he didn't find the net. But it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but hopefully, we can keep Jordan quiet. My score prediction for tomorrow night's game is Altrincham 1, Chester FC 2. So for Altrincham, I think Jordan Hume will score for them, and for the Blues, I think Anthony Dudley and Ewan Murray will score for us. So I think it will be a tough game, but I do think we will edge it because anything can happen in the FA Cup, and hopefully we can finally beat Altrincham. So it's going to be a tough game, but I am fully confident that we will beat them for once. Of course, I will be going to tomorrow's game, so I can't wait. So stay tuned for my matchday vlog, which will be uploaded after the game. So, of course, I hope you enjoyed today's matchday preview. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down your score predictions below. So yeah, come on City. Hopefully we can progress to the first qualifying round where the rewards will be hailed. So in town the race, so can't wait. Hopefully we can break our Altrincham hoodoo. Come on you Blues.